Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the new traffic laws and we're trying to figure out what's going on with them. Now, the new laws, traffic laws, have been passed in both the upper house and the lower house, but no date has been given as to when they'll take effect, or the laws have been passed by the government of Jamaica, but there is no date to say, okay, effective January 1, December 1, January 1, 2023. Nobody knows when these laws are going to start. So if anybody knows, or they have heard, maybe I missed it, but the last time we checked, no official date was given as to when these laws will take effect, or when they'll come into being, when they'll become the law, basically. So I'm not sure why, because everybody drives on the road in Jamaica. Well, those of us that live in Jamaica, and you see the indiscipline on the roads. And then the government has been saying for over 4 years, from 2018, they've been working on these new laws, road laws, the Road Act, basically amending it to include these new changes. And it's passed. Whatever revisions, the entire process to go through the lower house and then the upper house, it has been passed by both houses. I think it was announced in either June or July or this year that it was passed, but they still have not come into effect. It's now September, and you can't just wake up and announce tomorrow the laws are going to take effect the next day. You have to give people time to know, one, what the new law entails, and two, you have to announce them so that people know that the change is going to take effect on next date. So I really don't think these laws are going to come into effect before the end of the year. But I guess what we're trying to figure out is why. Does anybody know why it's taking so long to put the laws into effect? I just can't figure it out. And also, I've been hearing bits and pieces of what the new law is going to be, but I haven't seen, it hasn't been officially published or anything to say, okay, you have to have X, Y, Z, or the penalties A, B, C. It hasn't been specified like that. So I guess we just have to keep waiting and keep putting up with the indiscipline on the roads, because it's really surprising. I honestly can't figure out why they have not been put into effect. I couldn't figure out why it took so long. 4 years, from 2018 they've been working on this. I really can't figure it out. And one of the new changes that I heard was you have to have insurance. If you don't have insurance now, you're not going to get a ticket. The car is going to be taken away. Those kind of new changes, those kind of things, it has to do with headlights, the brightness of the headlights, everything is going to be specified now. There is some new provision for the EV, the electronic vehicles. There is some provision for, okay, I'll give you an example. The license disc that you have on the car, if it expires in September, I'm not sure if it was ever in the traffic law that you get a 30-day grace period in which you won't get a ticket and your car won't be taken away, or if that was just something that was a grace that was just, because I asked a police officer once, do you get a 30-day grace period? And she laughed and said no. But police officers have seen the disc, or I think she said the Road Traffic Act doesn't allow for that or something. Basically, it's at the discretion of the officer. But the new Road Traffic Act now specifies that you have a 30-day grace period. So certain things are just being basically finalized or fine-tuned, as you would say. But we need a law to come into effect. Too much indiscipline on the roads, and hopefully they'll get it done soon. I can't imagine what is holding it up. I really can't. I don't know if anybody has any input as to why the law has not taken effect yet, or why they have not even announced a date that the law is going to take effect. And I'm sure they're going to have a publicity campaign to educate persons as to what the new laws are and what the penalties are, and they must have some sort of campaign. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to leave your comments on this section, and also if anybody has any additional information, for instance, are they going to phase in the new laws, like this one starts in January, another one starts in February, so that it gives persons time to get accustomed to the new laws? Or are they just going to just release all of them at once and you just have to figure it out as you go along? I'm not sure. But recently, like one day this week or last week, the taxi operators and the bus operators started to protest because they were complaining about the cost of the tickets that they were getting. So you have to ask the question, how will these new laws affect the taxi operators and the bus operators, basically the public transport sector? How will these new laws affect that sector? And I'm not sure if that has something to do with why no date has been announced yet. I don't know. If anybody has any feedback, we'd love to hear from you. So leave your comments in the section below. But it can, as somebody said recently, it cannot be business as usual on the roads. Something has to change. We need some sort of law and order on the roads, because it's only going to be getting worse. So we definitely, and everybody was waiting on these laws, saying yes, when these new laws come into effect, things will get better, you'll have less accidents. But the government has signed off on the laws. It's just for them to come into effect now, and it's taking so long. And it's September now. As we said, I think the bills were passed in June or July, and it's now September, and there is no date to say, okay, then these bills, okay, you see, we have the green light, and you see that motorbike was just ready to go across the road. That's nothing compared to the level of indiscipline. Running a red light, the norm in Jamaica now. And there is a law that says motorbike persons are to use helmets. Okay, well, leave your comments in the section below, and we'll keep you updated as we hear more about the Road Traffic Act or the road traffic laws. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.